He nervous, but he can't quit smiling.
November 24th at the Civic Center Music Hall. Visit OKCBroadway.com for tickets.
Yo, Oklahoma City, welcome here to Dick's Sporting Goods for our OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. Give it up. We're here at Dick's Sporting Goods at 6601 Southwest 3rd, I believe. Listen, we have some sponsors: Dick's Sporting Goods, SNU, Casey's General Store, Sizemore Waste Solutions, Auto Max, Grenmore Sneaker Boutique, and the one and only Big O's Pork and Dreams. So we're excited to have some special guests here today. We have Northwest Classen boys basketball coach Jason Jack, along with student athlete Dontrell Yearby. Let's give it up for them today. Thank you guys for being here. Well, listen, I know Dontrell's a little nervous, man, yeah, but it's all good. Everybody, look at Dontrell. He's smiling. He's excited. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Dontrell. And we talked a little bit off air about you getting into basketball. Tell us what that was all about. How'd you get involved in basketball?
Growing up, I was a football player. I didn't even like basketball. And what was it, third grade, I broke my right collarbone. And then fourth grade, I broke my left one. So I had to take a break from football, so I got into something else. I started playing basketball and fell in love with it.
Well, that's pretty cool, man. Sometimes we get to our purpose through adversity, and so obviously with a couple of broken bones, man, it's real simple to make that decision. I don't think this football thing is for me right now. So, Coach, tell us, man, we're excited to have you on, man. Tell us how you matriculated to Northwest Classen and got involved with coaching basketball.
Oh, man, yeah, that would have started at an early age as well. I think, the coaching kind of came from the family. My dad was a coach. My mother was a counselor, and just kind of been raised and born into a teaching and coaching family, and we've since taken it from there. And I know I spent 4 years as an assistant coach at Tulsa Edison under Michael Parrish.
Yep.
He's kind of a mentor of mine, and then was able to get a head coaching job for 2 years at a little small school, little 2A school, Porter. You may have heard of Porter, Oklahoma.
I've heard of Porter.
Their claim to fame is the Peaches. The
Absolutely.
Peaches, you
That's
got
down
it.
By
Yep.
Muskogee,
Absolutely,
right? Yeah,
absolutely.
Right
Yep.
Highway what? I don't know what that is.
Oh,
51
God. 51,
or something.
yeah, 51. So, but yeah, I had 2 years there as a head coach, and then applied for some jobs and ended up at Northwest Classen and been there. I guess this is my 9th season now, going into it. So
cool. So Dontrell, with you being a class of 24, and so you've now been on this basketball team a couple of years, man. What has your experience been with Coach Jack, and what are you looking for? Matter of fact, tell me how it's been, and then tell me what practice is like, because Coach Jack could be pretty intense sometimes, man. So tell me.
He stays on us. He wants us to compete every day.
Sure.
He's a great coach. He always wants the best for us. In practice,
practice.
It gets real. We go at it every day.
Sure. So
iron on iron.
Well, and so with that kind of intensity, right, with that kind of leadership, man, has it made you a better basketball player, and in turn your team? And so tell me your favorite part about practice, right? Because I think the real players, they bring their mindset to practice and not just to to the game.
Wait, repeat that.
So tell me, what's your favorite thing about practice? What was that thing you look forward to doing in practice?
Competing. Like in every drill.
Sure.
Shooting drills, when we scrimmage, everything.
Gotcha.
When we compete, it's just fun.
Gotcha. So, Coach, tell the novice, right, who doesn't know what high school basketball practice looks like, right? So tell us what that is for you, right? What are the things that you go through on a daily in terms of practicing?
Well, I'll actually kind of piggyback on what some of Dontrell is saying, the competition. We try to tailor our practices to where every single drill is all either on the clock or has some sort of score-based that they have to achieve, some sort of score-based goal that they have to achieve. And so we want to, again, try to put them through that adversity,
Sure.
and so that, you know, if we're failing right now. And so that when we get into the game, that's the fun part and that's the easy part. And we've already kind of gone through so much adversity that will excel in those moments. And so, you know, as far as practice concerned, I mean, right now you're having to put in a lot of just your preseason stuff, a lot of your offensive base concepts, those things that, you know, are kind of the foundation of your program, the foundation of, you know, who you have in your program as well. I mean, that varies year to year depending on your guys that you have. And so you have to kind of have those conversations leading up to practices with your coaching staff and try to figure out, you know, okay, where are we good, where are we not good, and how do we address those things.
So the one thing that Dontrell says and what you say is this whole idea of competition, right? Competition to me is somewhat antithetical to the culture in which we live when everybody just wants us to get participation points, where everybody wins. How do you combat that majority frame of thinking into guys? There are winners and there are losers without coming across as somebody who's not, you know, on the same side as just participating.
Well, we think that life is competition. I mean, we're competing for jobs. I mean, I know when I was interviewing for jobs, I was competing against other people.
Sure.
And so how do I, you know, present myself in a way that you want to hire me?
Sure.
We're building men. And so we're trying to prepare them for life and getting them to understand the bigger picture, which is, you know, sports are a microcosm, and we will prepare you for whatever challenges that you may see down the road. And that kind of broad overview is kind of what we decided a long time ago as coaches, to put them in those situations.
Gotcha. So with this competition, so we talked a little bit off air about some of your favorite basketball players. I got a couple questions for you. I'm going to do these one at a time, since I know you don't want to put your top 5 out just yet. I'm going to let you warm up to your top 5.
I'm ready.
You ready? All right. So here's the first question. Out of the guys that you watch, either on the collegiate level or the NBA level, professional level, who's that guy that competes like none other that you watch and pay attention to?
KD.
You say who?
KD.
Kevin Durant. All right, that's Coach. Who do you think? The guys that you watch.
Competes every night.
I'm going to go a Lou Dort or a Marcus Smart.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a defensive-minded guy. I like a guy that just gets out there and not a stat chaser.
KD going to give you 30 and the dub.
You may be right. You may be right.
So, okay, so that's who you feel like competes. Now, tell me, you shared with me that you like college basketball better than the NBA until the playoffs. Tell me why you really like college basketball better or more.
In college basketball, they compete every night. Like, their goal is to get to the league. In the NBA, you made it. You get your bread. You don't have to compete till you get to the playoffs when you want to get a ring. So, like, load management, they take nights off.
Well, listen, I don't disagree with you. As a matter of fact, I think the big knock on Blake Griffin earlier is that I even think I heard Charles Barkley say, hey, he plays too hard right now. He'll learn how not to give it his all.
I like how he plays hard every night.
Well, and I think that's the only one. So we got this build up to your top 5. Go ahead and give us your top 5. Now, I'm going to just tell you guys, I've been talking to Dontrell, and his top 5 is reflective of being in the class of 24. Go ahead. Tell us your top 5.
We got LeBron number
best
1.
Best ever. This is the top 5 ever.
Best ever. LeBron, Jordan, Kobe, KD, and Shaq.
Now, some people would argue you with
a tough list.
With several of those, right?
Man.
Because you putting Shaq over Wilt Chamberlain, Hakeem Olajuwon,
Better than him.
Jabbar. I don't know. If I had some other guys. Coach, give me your top 5.
You put me on the spot. I'm going to have some people angry on the drive home from work.
Hey, PJ Mills just got off a few moments ago, and I'm sure he's questioning our top 5, right?
I probably got people angry, too.
You know, I grew up in the Jordan era, so he's my guy.
Sure.
I mean, that's number 1. And then, you know, you go Kobe number 2 because he's the most like Jordan. I think you go LeBron 3. I think you hit it on the spot with KD 4. And then 5, I'm going to throw a little wild card. I love Steph Curry.
Oh, really?
I love Steph Curry.
I can see that.
I love his game.
Yeah, coincidentally, I was in the radio station on Friday, and KD's mother was there, so I got a chance to at least walk by her and say hello, man.
I know KD's brother.
Oh, really? Yeah, man, some really cool people. So, hey, Coach, tomorrow, starting Oklahoma City All-City Previews, they are going to be held at Douglas High School and I believe U.S. Grant.
Yes, correct.
When I was in high school and still loved to go watch those city scrimmages. So you tell me, what are you looking forward to and about this team and specifically All City on tomorrow night?
I think with our team, we want to see them go out and kind of execute things that we've been hammering in on them on a daily basis. Sure. You know, are we defending through our foundation? Are we in our spots? Are we jumping to the ball? Are we talking? Are we pointing in transition? You know, just little details, because this group can be special. They are very, very young, very, very young, but we've been kind of seeing some things that kind of have you thinking, okay, these guys have a chance to be really, really good when it's all said and done. One of the better teams to possibly walk through the halls at Northwest Classen, a very tradition-rich basketball school in general. Chu Kennedy. I mean, Larry Gatewood. I mean, we can go on and on. Steve Mitchell. So all these guys.
There's a guy named Reggie McCowan that played there that I played against and was incredible, man.
Yeah, well, Stell Lassner.
Oh, I just saw Stell the other day. Absolutely.
He's my guy.
He dropped like 50 at the Bishop McGinnis tournament.
He could hoop a little bit. So
crazy.
It's a very, very tradition-rich basketball school, and so we've had some good teams in the past, and this team has given us all indications that, hey, they're about winning. They're about doing the little things. They're sponges right now. They're absorbing the information and trying to apply it. And so those are the things that you're looking at when you're going into, you know, these scrimmages. Sure. and the previews, and it's kind of a game-like scenario.
So tell me, Dontrell, as you get ready to play previews tomorrow night, it's some city rivalry going on. You know some people on other teams, man. How are you preparing yourself to play or just anticipating tomorrow night? And just for a game in general, what steps do you take to prepare to play?
Just go out there and compete, play hard, play the game the right way.
Are there any rituals that you have prior to playing? Are there things that the team does? And maybe, Coach, you share with us on that coaching level, what do you do to prepare the team, right? What does that look like other than practice?
Film.
Yeah, I mean, we'll be watching some film 7th hour, you know, when we're going before the game. We'll kind of do that, and then, you know, we have kind of a pregame routine that we do, and it'll be a little bit different because of the condensed version of these games and scrimmages. Sure. But we have a set routine where we're doing this second period of the girls' game, we're doing this third period of the girls' game, and we're doing this during fourth period of the girls' game, and so there's just regimented structure there that has to occur so that everybody is doing their normal pregame routines to get their minds ready to go compete and play basketball at a high level. So
in the locker room, it's getting ready to be game time. What song is playing in the locker room, Dontrell? What's on your list?
NBA Youngboy.
I have no idea.
We had some. I don't know. We had some of it on today. I was a little confused by it myself.
Like, who
Any
knows?
NBA Youngboy. It's on.
Okay. Listen, if y'all know who that is, hit us up. But that's
maybe
cool.
some Drake.
Yeah, that's a name I know, right? I don't know what he sings or raps.
What else? Lil Baby, that's for sure.
Lil Baby. Well, listen, man, whatever it takes to kind of get you in the mindset. Now, Coach, we talked a little bit about All City tomorrow, and that's a 2-day process. That is going to be Tuesday and Thursday.
Yep.
Coach, are there people that you want to say thank you to, those parents, those people that have been supporting your program, administration, the athletic department, man, as you see Fields and Futures and all of these partnerships and relationships that you guys are developing, you know, what would you like to share and say to those persons?
Oh, well, I think, you know, first and foremost, if we're thanking people, I've got to thank my coaching staff, guys that are in there grinding with me every day. And those guys, you know, have my back and keep me sane throughout the course of a season. And so those guys are my foundation and my rock, and of course, your family and, you know, your administration. My administration is awesome. Our principal, Dree Herger, Vanderseipen over here, they've been really supportive of what we're doing and allow me to coach and handle things the way I see fit. And there's a lot of trust there. And, and so obviously, obviously with the district as well and the athletic directors and everybody that's kind of involved. We have a huge alumni base that's really taken to us. I know the church that I've been involved, we were talking a little bit off air.
Sure.
OKC Community Church has been a huge partner of ours that's really kind of, done a lot of pregame meals and devoted a lot of time to helping us, achieve the things that we want to achieve. And so there's just so many different people out there that and I probably haven't even hit them all. And so we're just thankful that we've have such a supportive group around us.
So, Dontrell, when you think about your skill set, right? I asked you, could you dunk? I was being facetious. I'm pretty sure you can.
Yeah.
But what do you feel like is the best part of your game, right? Is it that you got a great jumper? Because when people used to ask me what mine was, I shoot to peel, right?
Yeah.
They didn't realize I only shot it in the paint. That was nowhere beyond that. So what is your best skill, you think, or your best move? What does that go to? What does Coach ask you to do?
Be aggressive, score the ball, shoot the ball.
So, Coach, Dontrell is sharing, what do you think it is for him? And then share with us, the makeup of this current team, other than they're young, but some of those things that they really do well that you're excited to see them really to put into action on tomorrow night.
Dontrell is very intelligent. Okay, his understanding of the game is at a very high level at a very young age, and so his feel of the game, it's there, and you see it. He's always in the right spots defensively, and so you've got a guy that can shoot the ball at a high level, high clip. One of the things he's focused on a little bit this year, because obviously year to year he started for us last year as a freshman.
Wow.
And so now he's moving into a little bit different role this year, and so we're asking him to do a little bit more scoring, be a little bit more aggressive, like what he's saying, because we've lost several seniors that were our leading scorers and kind of had that burden, and so now we need to start moving some guys into another roles, and so he's moving into a more of a scoring mentality of slasher, create, draw defenders, kick.
Sure.
And so those are some of the things that we've kind of planted those seeds in his brain, and so you're starting to see him kind of do some of those things. It's going to take him a little bit of time to kind of morph completely into that role, but he's getting there, and we're really, really happy with the progression of Dontrell. And so you asked about the makeup of the team.
Sure.
Moving into the makeup of the team, I would say we're very athletic. We're very fast, and we have to play a certain way. We're not very big. I mean, we've got guards that are all about 6 foot, 6'1", and they're all high flyers. They're all athletic. They all can shoot it. They all can handle it. And so you're kind of playing a positionless basketball in a way, and so you're just kind of having 5 guards out there, and sometimes you're asking guards to do some screening action and some post-up action and stuff that's a little bit out of their comfort zone. So they're just kind of moving into a different role, and so we really enjoy them, though.
Gotcha.
I mean, they're a great group of kids.
Cool. So, Dontrell, we talked about your skill set and just being aggressive, scoring the ball. Who is it that maybe from your freshman year that you enjoyed playing against, right? And what school perhaps or an individual that you're looking forward to getting on the court that day with that team or those group of young men to compete against?
Last year I enjoyed playing against Choctaw.
Man, they got some athletes out there.
Yeah, that was probably my favorite game of the season.
Yeah.
It was a dog fight.
How did you do?
Good. I played pretty good.
Sure.
We put it out in a close one. Clutch free throws at the end of the game. This year I'm looking forward to playing Millwood.
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm pretty sure they might be on a few people's list.
Yeah.
So Coach, Northwest is a little different, I think, than some schools, and not unlike others, but you guys play one of the larger classes, being a city school, which you may not always have the kind of participation numbers of some of the classes or some of the schools in your class. Tell me what your approach is to that, and tell me some of who these teams are that you guys have got to strap it up against when you make it to playoffs, et cetera, or just on your schedule.
One of the things that we've kind of tailored our program to is, like you said, you alluded to, you're not a very big 6A school. we have a 7th-hour basketball period where we are literally working with freshmen, and it's just developmental, skill developmental time, working on their handles, their shooting, their just a better understanding of the game. And so we spend all that time throughout the course of the year with those guys to move them into a more heavier role the next year, and so we've had to rely on development of our players over the course of a 4-year period, and hopefully by the time they're juniors or seniors, they've moved into some sort of role with the varsity. They're getting some sort of role minutes, because we've always had guys from Taft. Our feeder school, we've always had guys from Taft that have been really good basketball players, and so you mix a couple role guys with a couple other really good basketball players that were ready by the time they were freshmen or sophomores, in case like Dontrell here. You start moving that into it, and then that makes a really good core group and a really good basketball team year in and year out.
Sure. So again, who are the schools that you are anticipating, right? As you move into your season, is just now starting. Obviously, who do you play tomorrow night in All City?
And we have U.S. Grant in the
Grant.
first game at 6:15. But if you're looking at our schedule is pretty loaded. I mean, you have first game we open up with PC West. Then you have the next game you have Carl Albert. Then I think right after that you have Del City. And so we're in the Putnam City Invitational. We have Millwood on our schedule. And so you have a very deep and tough basketball schedule with a very young basketball team. My idea this year was, hey, let's throw them to the fire. We're going to baptize them this year. And so we're going to get them in and get them wet, and so we're ready to roll. And I'm not necessarily looking forward to any single one of them.
Sure.
I think it's just we want to see guys progress over the course of a year.
Absolutely. So Dontrell, we're getting ready to take a break here shortly. So what would you like to tell your classmates and those students at Northwest Classen? How can they support you? What encouragement would you give them to come out and support you guys at All City tomorrow, and then just get on board as the Dontrell show takes off, man?
Show up to every game. I need y'all loud this year. Every game, sold out.
Well, absolutely. Coach, you want to say anything to encourage? No, Dontrell, give us your handles so they can hit you on your social media handles, man.
My Instagram, Hollywood.trail3.
Why is it Hollywood? This quiet demeanor is something else off this radio, I'm sure.
And my Snapchat is icy_trail25. Y'all can hit me on there.
All right, man. We are excited to just watch you do your thing on tomorrow, man, at All City, and then just throughout the course of the year. And we hope that you stay healthy, man, and get out there and compete. Now, Dontrell, when I come, if I see you loafing, I'm going to have to talk to you after the game, man.
For sure.
Coach, is there anything you want to say in your parting shout-outs?
No, I mean, we just appreciate you guys having us on. This was fun, and we're looking forward to the season, and I'm looking forward to the growth of these guys.
One last question. Every team, for the most part, has a word or statement on their T-shirt, right? That is the rallying cry for their team. Is there one for yours this year?
I think we've always stuck with either family or HOC. HOC meaning heart of a champion.
Wow.
So we'll sometimes on very big games we'll break down with an HOC. So you're going to have a heart of a champion that day to get a dub.
So because clearly nothing is given.
Sure.
And it's going to take a lot of fortitude, a lot of determination in order to get these W's, man. So we are absolutely excited about what's happening with Northwest Classen. Coach, thank you for being on.
Thank you.
Dontrell, thank you for being on, man.
Appreciate you for having me.
Yes, man, you are so welcome. Listen, we're going to take a break. We are here at Dick's Sporting Goods at 6601 Southwest 3rd with our sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, SNU, Casey's General Store, Sizemore Waste Solutions, Automax, Grinmore Sneaker Boutique, and the one and only Big O's Pork and Dreams Barbecue. We'll see you on the other side.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.
Injuries don't wait. For business hours, now you can be seen 24/7 for sports injuries. Whether you have a sprain or a broken bone, at the SSM Health Bone and Joint Injury Clinic at 13401 Northwestern.
Southwest 3rd. Listen on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 with our app streamed by PPBC and watch on our All City YouTube page. It's the Oklahoma City Public Schools Coaches Show brought to you by Dick's Sporting Goods Stores and OKC's CBS Sports Radio 105.3.
Listen up, OKC. Over this past year, I know you've heard about it. You've probably even thought about it, but you failed to act on it. And if you don't act soon, you're going to miss your chance to hit it big with your trade only at Boomer Kia. Right now, your vehicle could be worth crazy amounts. If it's only a few years old and has less than 40,000 miles, it can be worth more
Can you hear me?
now
Yep, got
than
you.
when it was new.
Got me?
What do you do when a stock price is high?
One more time, you
sell
good?
it. Boomer
Got
Kia
it.
wants your vehicle, no matter the brand or the condition. Boomer Kia will pay off your trade no matter what you owe, and will give you cash for your car today. So make the switch to a brand new Kia with zero money down, 0% interest, and zero payments for 6 full months. Only at Boomer Kia. Worried about your credit? Don't be. Get pre-approved instantly, all without hurting your credit. Click the iPrecheck banner at boomerkia.com. I'm James Wade, General Manager here at Boomer Kia. I'm here every single day. If you're not 100% satisfied, don't leave. See me.
With approved credit with KMF. Deferred payments by dealer. Interest accrues date of sale plus tax, tag, and licensing. Expires 10/5/21.
Want to hear how I almost got off the naughty list this year? I helped Santa save gazillions by having him download Capital One Shopping to his computer. Capital One Shopping instantly searches for available coupon codes and automatically applies them at checkout. You can download it too and save a bundle. You don't even need a Capital One card, and it's free. So why didn't I get off the naughty list? Turns out Santa's a stickler for naughty words. Capital One Shopping. It's kind of genius. What's in your wallet?
Savings and available coupons vary.
Finding the right Medicare plan may feel impossible, but now it's anything but. With Walgreens Find RX coverage tool, you can compare plans online, over the phone, or in person, making Medicare easier than ever. Easier than picking which true crime doc to watch, figuring out that Wi-Fi password, or putting the duvet cover back on. So if you can do those things, with Find RX coverage, you can definitely Medicare. Find the plan that's right for you by visiting walgreens.com/Medicare.
Yo, welcome back to OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3 at Dick's Sporting Goods. We have Dick's Sporting Goods, SNU, Casey's General Store, Sizemore Waste Solutions, Automax, Green, Moore Sneaker Boutique, and Big O's Pork and Dreams Barbecue. Listen, we are back here now. We have with us Capitol Hill football. We have Coach Clay Sizemore, and then we have student-athlete Nasheed Flowers. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you for having us
on tonight. Well, Coach, man, tell us about this season, you know, kind of the bumps and the bruises and the things you've learned and just the high points about, you know, being a part of OKCPS athletics.
Yeah, this season coming after last year with COVID and everything, you know, we as a result lost a lot of upperclassmen, so we were incredibly young.
Sure.
We had a lot of freshmen and sophomores on the team. So it's a transition year for us. There's a lot of learning. You know, our goal was to get better every day. And, you know, I don't know if it happened every day, but we definitely had a lot of growth in the season and just learned a lot about the sport and ourselves, and excited to get to work this offseason.
All right. Nasheed, what's going on, man?
Nothing.
You excited to be on radio? People watch you on YouTube? Your girlfriend, she can see you? Hey!
All that yet.
It's all good, man. So tell us, how did you get involved and when did you start playing football?
Well, starting out, I was homeschooled my whole life, so I wasn't, you know, even in public school. High school was the first public school I went to.
Oh, wow.
And, I mean, before that, I had other interests. I wasn't that much interested in sports. I only, like, looked at it around, like, a couple times when my mom was looking at it and stuff. And I didn't really get, like, interest to it till, like, my older brother, went there, and he started playing, and then everybody started talking about that. Then I was like, I'll give it a try.
Sure.
I'll give it a try. And then I did it, and hey.
So is it safe to say, and you clear this up for me, had you played organized sports before, or this was your first time?
First time.
Oh, my gosh.
First time, yep.
How was that, man? Obviously, you caught on pretty quickly, and what position did you play?
Freshman year, I started out, was on JV. Started out at safety and can't really think. Receiver. Started out safety and receiver. And then sophomore year, transitioned to running back. And then junior year, yeah.
Gotcha. How has that been? So for a guy, now our stories are not that differently from each other. I played organized sports prior to high school, but I didn't play football other than just in the neighborhood, right?
Oh yeah.
And so I was late in terms of that. But how did all of that feel, man? I mean, you feel pretty good. I mean, obviously you still like it, so there's a love for the game.
Yeah, definitely there is. And like starting out in there, I was, it's nervous. It's nerve-wracking doing something you never done before. But hey, I had a good team, a good coaching staff.
Cool.
And they helped me along the way.
Good. Coach Sizemore, I don't know if people really know that you probably have a lot of Nasheeds.
Yeah.
And I think the Oklahoma City district probably has a lot of kids who show up in high school and have probably never played before.
Yeah, absolutely. And this year, due to COVID last year, they had to cancel fall sports. So, like I said, we had a freshman-heavy team, and most of them didn't play middle school football the previous year. So I had a lot of guys on the team that this was their first season to have ever played the game or haven't played in at least a couple of years. So there's learning curve that goes along with it, of course. But, I've got a few guys like Nasheed that are hardworking, committed guys, and as long as they put in the effort, we'll keep getting better.
How do you deal with that, right? When so many people have expectations of some level of success, but when you really look at it, like sometimes there are some unrealistic expectations, right? And so how do you manage that, right? How do you help a Nasheed understand that, hey, we're getting better, we're doing our level best, but it's not showing on the score or in the wins column?
We just kind of have to keep reminding them of it and stay as positive as possible. This last season was rough, but we stayed positive, and I thought the team stayed together. And, I have every confidence that we're going to be competitive this next season. You just got to keep saying your mantra, keep telling them we're getting better every day,
Sure.
and keep that as your goal.
So with that being your mantra, Coach, how did you get involved in football and coaching football and ending up or coming to Capitol Hill?
I played football and baseball in school, and both my parents are in education. My mom was a principal, and my dad was a school counselor. So pretty early on, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to coach. I coached at Edmond Memorial for several years, and got talked into by a buddy of mine to go to Santa Fe South Charter at the time, and got me working on that side of town. And I actually was at Capitol Hill previously for 2 years, and we had a little bit of success. I left, went back to Edmond Memorial, and kind of realized I liked it at the Hill and wanted to come back. So came back this season.
So you mentioned Santa Fe South. Mr. Brewster was over there? Absolutely.
Yeah.
My brother, oddly enough, I graduated from John Marshall. He graduated from Capitol Hill.
Okay, really?
Mr. Brewster was his soccer coach, actually. So,
small world.
Yeah, tiny world. So, Coach, obviously the influence of your parents got you into coaching. Who are some of your coaching mentors, right?
There's all kinds of guys. It just kind of depends on what you're looking at. There's Tony Anise at Ferris State. It's a D2 school. That's actually been a guy I like a lot of his offensive stuff. There's some high school guys. Kenny Simpson that I really like.
Gotcha.
And then if you're talking major college sports, just all those guys out there, Nick Saban, of course.
Alabama only rushed for like 6 yards the other day.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You might want to root for
pretty
somebody
rough.
else.
There's all kinds of guys I look at, and I read a lot of John Wooden stuff. I like a lot of his just philosophy on life and reaching athletes. So.
Sure. So, Nasheed, you come to football late. So do you watch it now?
Yeah, I do watch it.
Okay. So who are some of your favorite teams to watch or your favorite players to watch?
Well, like I said, it's been recent, so I haven't had all that knowledge on teams and players. So
yeah. Just say OU and you're going to always be good.
Okay. Well, it's on the NFL. Like some players. I like Alvin Kamara.
Oh yeah,
that's one.
Yeah.
McCaffrey. Even though he was injured, he is injured. Who else?
Well, that's all right.
Let's see. Oh well, Henry too. Henry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won without him yesterday too.
They did.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, Coach, tell me, what do you do? What does a normal practice look like, right? So kind of describe that for those of us who don't know what football looks like in terms of preparation. Everyone knows what Friday and Saturday and Sunday looks like, but there's a lot more to football than just the game. So what is your approach to practice? Kind of talk through what a week looks like as you prepare for Friday night.
Yeah, so our entire week has kind of an arc to it. Monday, before practice, we watch the previous week's film. A lot of teams will get them on the weekend for that, but we have a lot of guys that work over the weekend, so we don't pull any players in on Saturday or Sunday. So Monday before practice, we watch, make corrections from the previous week's film, and then we will go over our game plan of the next week's opponent with them. And then Monday's more of a walkthrough day, low contact. We condition and get a lift in afterwards. And then Tuesday, Wednesday is more of our heavier work day. We'll watch pre-practice film either from practice the day before or scout film from our opponent. And then we, off the side of the ball, we'll typically go group, maybe 7-on-7 team, and something similar defense, and try to hit all those fundamentals every day.
Man, it's a lot. I think people take for granted or just unaware of what it takes to put a team together, to focus, to help guys learn and to grow. It is certainly a huge task. Nasheed, let me ask you this question. Where do you find inspiration? And here's what I mean. You've had a long day or you had an unsuccessful game. Where do you find that inspiration to get up, to go focus the next day or to go play the next game? What gives you that inspiration?
Honestly, it's just like the next step. It's like looking forward to next year, and even though like things may be bad this year, it's just keep your head high and just keep it in a circle, just keep it together, and then eventually y'all will grow. Like we will grow.
Sure. So, Coach, what has been your philosophy? And obviously it looks like he's maybe hitting on some of the things that you as a coach have shared with them. So what is your approach? What continues to keep you inspired to fight through these difficult moments?
We got awesome kids. They're a lot of them have a lot of various issues at home.
Sure.
That they're pushing through. A lot of them have a lot of obstacles that your average students maybe don't have.
Yep.
But they're all great kids, and honestly, just showing up to work for them is what keeps me going. When you got some guys that I know of going through a lot more than I go through just to get to school in the morning, and then they're still there at practice ready to put in work, that makes it a lot easier for me to show up. Guys like Nasheed. Nasheed's kid that doesn't miss a workout, doesn't miss a practice, has great grades, just an awesome all-around kid. Having guys like him to coach makes it easy to show up to work.
Well, listen, he's got some thighs on him over here, so I'm sure he's in that gym sometimes. So that's really cool. Nasheed, if you can describe football or your experience thus far in one word, how would you describe it? This is a hard question.
Yeah, it's hard. I can't.
That's okay. We'll throw it to Coach. Coach, now you got to answer it still, though. We're just going to let Coach answer it first. If you can describe your experience this year in one word, what would that one word be?
Growth. Made a lot of growth this year, and our numbers will be up next year because we only had one senior on the team to graduate.
One senior. How many kids did you have out?
We finished the season with around 25. Graduate.
What class do you play in?
5A. graduated one senior, but I know we've got about 25 incoming freshmen, and we'll be recruiting the hallways. So
I was gonna say you gotta start your recruiting campaign.
Yeah, absolutely. So numbers will be up next year, though.
Absolutely.
And the guys we're starting to get a core group of guys that want to do things the right way and show up and put in the time and work. So
Gotcha.
we're heading the right direction.
That one word, Nasheed. You still ain't got it yet.
To be honest, it's the same thing. It's the growth aspect.
Sure. No, that's absolutely, man, and I think it's real when you know what that is, right?
Yeah.
And that's measurable, right? Because a guy got bigger, stronger, faster, right? Which has nothing to do with a W or an L. So, Coach, as you try to build these young men, what is your conversation with them about college or post-high school? Like, what are some of the things that you guys are talking about to make sure that they are ready to go to school? Because ultimately I did ask Nasheed, and he says if it happens, great. But what is that conversation to these young men who have a desire to go play at the next level?
Well, we talk to them all the time. We in every practice, almost every practice, with the three things you need to be successful in the classroom, which is show up on time, turn in all your assignments, and participate in class. Because if you're wanting to go on after high school, your grades got to be right. And then, we talked to them about taking their ACT, all that stuff you got to get done if you want to go on after high school. As far as playing football post-high school, we tell them all the time, if you're wanting to play, have great practice habits.
Sure.
Guy comes recruiting, I'm not going to lie for you. So they ask how you are, you need to be hardworking in practice, so I can tell them you're hardworking in practice.
Sure.
So, that's the kind of stuff we talk about almost daily.
Sometimes guys are discouraged, right, because maybe I didn't win a lot, or, maybe I'm not that tall, or I just started. But there's so many different levels of football, right, that guys could get some scholarship or be asked to come. I think we get lost in this big D1 kind of bubble, and we forget that there are other levels that a young man can go fulfill his dream and play collegiate football. And so I think they have to be made aware of all of those things that are out there and that are available. Nasheed, tell me what it's like being a student athlete in the hallway at Capitol Hill. What does that mean? What does that look like? What is your influence, or how do people speak to you and interact with you because they know what you're doing out there on that football field?
Well, I mean, they just, try and give me the best words, They try to keep my head up and say, like, hey, the season's looking bad now, but, you got to see it through. And it's going to be good. So
sure.
Yeah.
Well, that's really cool, man, because as an athlete, and, Coach, you can chime in on this, obviously as a coach, as an athlete, you carry a little influence around that school. And so how have you seen your student athletes, your ball players respond in that environment of school as leaders or et cetera?
We put a big emphasis just on doing the right thing this season. So I think, you tend to influence those around you by doing the right thing yourself. So just guys, overall eligibility was less of an issue this year than it has been the last few years. Guys' attendance to class is amongst the football team was, better than it has been. Just all that stuff, influencing those around you by doing the right things yourself and being the example.
Sure. Nasheed, tell me your best moment this season, offense or defense or even both. Tell me what that was. Walk me through. Like, because if you ask me, I could tell you. It might be exaggerated now, but you tell me what yours is.
Okay, it was week 2, the Grant game? Yeah, week 2.
See, you got details in your story. This fits right down. Go right ahead.
Yep. I think we just got back from getting a fumble recovery. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got back from doing a fumble recovery. We was on like the 1. We was on the 1 yard line, and they decided to run the ball. And like my mindset during this whole time was just get out of the end zone. Do not get a safety. And like that was the only thing going through my mind. And when I got the ball, the center on the other team, for some reason he reached too much, and he ended up going to the hole side, and that left the middle wide open, and I just ran down, and I got through the linebackers and shot it all the way back for 99 yards. The whole, yes. The
Oh,
whole
my gosh,
thing.
man. 99 yards. Hey, that would be my favorite play. What, the crowd went wild?
Yes.
Everybody
They all
was
did.
cheering for you?
Yeah, I was like, for like the last like 30, 20 yards, I was gassed. After that, I felt like celebrating so much, but I couldn't. My body said no.
He was cramping. I was like, hey, we only got about 25 guys. You got to get back out there.
Absolutely. Well, man, that is an absolutely amazing play. In your mind, you're like, listen, I just don't want to get a safety, and you go 99 yards. So you must have a little speed, too, Nasheed.
Yeah, you know, I have something.
I got it.
Nasheed can motor.
So, Coach, tell me, what's a highlight for you? Not, I know Nasheed has his, and I'm pretty sure that's pretty high on your list, but what was your moment?
Honestly, it's stuff like, I had a kid earlier in the season who – effort and attitude was in such a way that I thought I was maybe going to have to dismiss him from the team.
Sure.
And by the end of the season, he was probably one of our leaders on the team, working hard. And there's a couple guys like that. Just seeing those growth in the controllables, certain guys taking upon themselves to start showing up on time and do the right thing and just control what they can control. Those are the highlights. And then Nasheed's 99-yard run. He ran for 306 that game.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's a big game for him.
Listen, man, so I see why you're so excited. You got a little bit more work to do.
Yeah.
Well, man, I'm really excited about what you're doing and hope and wish you have all the success. So, Coach, as you think about next season, what are some of the things that you are doing to prepare this current team for next season?
Yeah, I'm encouraging them to go out for other sports and compete because I think just learning how to compete is a big deal. And plus, when they're doing something, they're going to keep grades up and they're going to less likely to be in trouble. And then off-season, getting them in the weight room is a huge deal for us, especially as young as we are. And get them to show up this summer. We got some 7-on-7 stuff we're planning on doing and getting a good spring ball after. And for us, increasing our participation numbers is going to be a big deal for us, which I'm pretty confident we're going to be able to do.
So when you start thinking about next summer or next year, what does your summer program look like other than 7-on-7? Obviously, OKCPS has done a great job over the last several years with doing more with facilities. Obviously, weightlifting program. What are some of those things that you have prepared for the football team?
Yeah, I've got Coach Frank, one of my assistants, he's in charge of our weights, and he does a great job with that stuff. So, we'll lift and work a lot of speed development stuff, and then we'll work on more football-specific stuff when we can.
Sure.
And then, like I said, we'll host a couple of 7-on-7 tournaments, and then we'll join the West Welker tournament that they do a great job of every year as well.
Absolutely. So, Nasheed, you got social media handles?
Yeah, I got a couple.
Yeah, you want to tell people where to go see that 99-yard touchdown? I know you got it somewhere on the film. Somebody ought to be playing it.
It's on film. Yeah, it's on film. You can get me on my Snapchat at Nasheed Flow. And, besides that.
Okay. It's all good. So who do you want to thank and just say, hey, we appreciate your support, the other students at the school, your parents perhaps? Is there anybody you want to just say, hey, thank you to?
I just want to say thank you to everybody that, encouraged me and, managed to push me through the season and, what goes on forward.
Gotcha. Coach, you want to say thank you to those parents and those assistant coaches and all those people that help make the Capitol Hill football team, the Red Wolves, work?
Yeah, no, we got awesome admin, site AD, Adams does a great job with us, and
he's got some muscles too.
Yeah, no,
I've seen him a couple times.
He makes it to the weight room every once in a while, and and our parents getting them up there, players working hard. We have an awesome alumni booster club that helps out a bunch, and so all those. Of course, my wife. You always got to thank your wife. She lets me be gone all the time doing a kids game, so that's a big deal for me.
Well, listen, man, we thank you guys so much just for being on tonight. And Nasheed, man, we are hoping the best for you. And I believe you got a few more 99-yard touchdowns in these legs that I'm looking at, man. So I'm excited for you. Nasheed, where are you from? Where are your family from originally?
Well, we originally here.
Okay.
From the city, yeah.
Okay, well, cool, man. I look forward to it. Coach, you good? You got anything else you want to share, man? We're excited about next year?
No, man, I'm excited to get it going and start putting in work.
Do you coach another sport besides football?
I'm only coaching football. That's
okay,
enough.
Look at you, man. I'm
That's
telling
a
you,
lot.
that's a lot. You can focus, and I know everyone wish they only had just that one to coach at times. Listen, we want to thank you for joining us here at Dick's Sporting Goods for our OKCPS Coaches Show here on CBS Sports Radio 105.3. Thank you to our sponsors, Dick's Sporting Goods, SNU's, Casey's General Store, Sizitel Waste Solutions, Automax, Grinmore Sneaker Boutique, and the one and only Big O's, Poke and Dreams. We'll see you next Monday.
The thing with car buying nowadays is just how many options there are when it comes to where to actually get a car. Dealerships, websites, auctions, private sellers, and so on. But knowing exactly where to get your car loan makes it all much less stressful. That's where Communication Federal can help. There's a reason we're known for auto loans around here. Lots of car options, lots of places to buy, but only one choice for an auto loan. Communication Federal Credit Union.